It is interesting to know that people are more honest when they are physically tired. That's why some people confess to some things in night conversations.
It is interesting to know that research shows that relationships that last for a long time and couples are satisfied with their relationship even in old age usually have two important characteristics on both sides: forgiveness and kindness.
It is interesting to know that the average time it takes a person to decide whether they want to have sex with someone is 7 seconds. It takes about 30 minutes for people to decide whether to buy a product or not.
Psychology says, if you want to convince someone, choose a time when he is sitting and you are standing. This way his brain will obey you more, and as a result your words will be confirmed more easily.
It is interesting to know that when your brain is involved in an activity that is extremely enjoyable for you, you often lose the sense of being in a place and the passage of time, as if time passed quickly and you did not feel this passage. Reaching this level.
It is interesting to know that Jackie Chan was born after 12 months of his mother's pregnancy and he weighed 5.5 kilos when he was born. That's why his mother called him Pow Pow in childhood.
It's interesting to know that sitting by the plane window is just like being exposed to strong X-rays, because you are at least 10,000 times closer to the sun.
It is interesting to know that the koala bear does not drink water at all and supplies the water needed by its body by eating plant leaves. It is interesting to know that a female pigeon can't lay eggs if she is alone and far from her peers, but if she sees herself in the mirror, she will lay eggs thinking that there is another pigeon.
It's interesting to know that if you have trouble remembering something, close your eyes. Closing the eyes when trying to recall events increases the chances of accuracy. It is interesting to know that in your relationships with others, in order to make the other person trust you, try to say one sentence to that person, that is, say in your own words. This way, his brain will obey you unconsciously.
It is interesting to know that if you sit in the bathroom and check your phone, be careful that it does not last more than 10 minutes. Gastroenterology doctors say that sitting on the toilet for more than 10 minutes and using the phone can cause hemorrhoids.
It is interesting to know that no kissing signs can be seen everywhere in railway stations in England. Kissing is prohibited in these places because it may delay.
It is interesting to know that the bee bat is the smallest mammal in the world.
It is interesting to know that people who often play video games have much more lucid dreams than non-gamers. They are also more likely to be able to influence their dreams.
It's interesting to know that optimism helps people cope with illness and recover after surgery, according to a series of studies from the United States and Europe.
It is interesting to know that waistline is a sign of human health and lack of fat. These pits show the healthy and proper nutrition of the person. Of course, only some people with special genetics can have these holes.
It is interesting to know that a sheep has a high IQ so that after 2 years it can identify its shepherd and herd.
Psychology says, one of the feelings you experience when you are in love when you hear his voice or think about him, you say, "I'm heartbroken." From the scientific point of view, it is called PVC, which means that your heart skips a heartbeat and compensates in the next beat, which gives this feeling.
It's interesting to know that you can't imagine a new color, no matter how hard you think, you only remember the colors you've seen so far.